many disasters happening in Zimbabwe every day. People are dying on the road. The Mnenja bus accident, this bus accident, that bus. It's because there are no roads. Look at this disaster in Kariba. If we had people who are patriotic, people who love their country, people who are in love with Ubuntu ideologies, Pan-Africanism, which Maponga claims to have. My question is, how did he write that the spirit mediums are the ones that killed the people in the Kariba disaster? Go and follow and read the article he wrote. He wrote that the spirit mediums were unhappy that a boat made by European engineering is carrying people in their water body. So Mbuyane swallowed their children in a rage. How can such a man be a Pan-Africanist who doesn't sympathize with the suffering and grieving masses of Zimbabweans after such a disaster?
The lunatic.
Now, I want you to see the irony of things in Zimbabwe. It costs $300,000 at most to buy a new ferry like that one. And yet, our government allows people to travel in such a useless boat that is as old as our independence itself. This boat is older than me.
Yeah.
And look at how it looks. It is now in a condition that is clearly stating that it should have been parked a long time ago.
Belongs to the museum.
It belongs to the museum, this boat, this ferry. Our government does not have money to provide the proper transport system to the people who live on the other side of the Kariba Dam. But it is giving its patrons money to donate millions of dollars to scoundrels and fake pastors like Makandiwa. Look at the state of what is a national transport system. And look at the gifts that Makandiwa received not so long ago. Let us look at the picture. And I want you to see the value of what Makandiwa was given. $1 million in cash. A Rolls-Royce Cullinan that is almost $1 million in terms of its value, if we factor in the import duties imposed upon such cars in Zimbabwe. Another Mercedes-Benz, almost $500,000 in price, that was given to his wife. This is what ZANU-PF is giving to those who control the mindset of the population. Christianity has given ZANU-PF a paradise because these pastors have people in their churches. They are required to drag our people with a sleeping tablet of political apathy and docility, accepting victimization as a gift from God, while at the same time they are oppressing and abusing our people. Now, I want to ask this question, and if you are a member of Makandiwa's church, and if you have a relative who lost his life in the Kariba disaster, do you understand the connection between the gifts that Makandiwa received not so long ago, less than 2 weeks ago, and the Kariba disaster? Do you understand the connection? That is why we are here, and that's why I'm talking like this. I want you to know that the gifts that Chivayo gave to Makandiwa, they are bought with money that is looted from our resources. Which means this money should have been used to buy safe transport systems for our people in Kariba.
Yeah.
And this disaster could not have happened. The blood of the people who perished in Kariba is on the government of Zimbabwe's hands. Mr. Mnangagwa and his government, they are responsible for the death of our people in Kariba. In law, it is called negligence. Their negligence caused the death of our people. They neglected at least to make sure that that boat was safe to use, as old as it is. The people had no life jackets. Right now, they don't know the actual number of people who drowned, which means the whole system, the ferry system, is a negligent system. If this disaster had happened in Britain, in France, in America, right now heads would have rolled.
Oh, yeah.
The minister responsible for the DDF should have been suspended because of this. The director must have been arrested because of this. And a proper president should have actually visited this site to show solidarity with the grieving population because of this. We told you that our president hates the people that he is governing. He doesn't love Zimbabweans. He loves himself and his court jesters and his children and his wife. I want you to write something if you are listening to me right now. If this disaster had happened in South Africa, what do you think President Ramaphosa could have done? If this disaster had happened in Germany, what do you think the Germany Vice Chancellor could have done? So if you are abused every day, people, do you know that you get used to abuse so much that you start expecting more abuse? So you become numb to pain. This is why Zimbabweans are no longer reacting to outrageous things happening upon them or to them or done upon them by the regime. You see people saying, may their souls rest in peace. They did not die in peace. These people, how can they rest in peace?
Yes.
Is this what you call resting?
In peace. Yes.
And I want to ask, is this how this matter is resolved? Huh? They say the Kariba reader boat accident death toll is now 80, following the recovery of 8 more bodies on 16 August 2026.
Yes.
So 80 people died. So far, that's how much we know. And this is what the police have posted on their X handle. 80 people have perished because of misgovernance. I told you that these people have blood on their hands. So blood will flow following them everywhere they go. Pamazuva Hirosi Papo, after claiming that you are building the nation, nyika inovakwa nevene vayo. Tikatarisa bhoti ritobva tabvunza kuti muri kuvaka chii? Ndimakavaka here bhoti iri? rakatengwa naSmith boat. This boat was Ian Smith's project. This is what they are building. They wanted 2 more years to finish their project. This is one of the projects they are finishing until 2030. Pipe varkunzi varkuita hit the ground running. Do running yacho iyoyi. Imagine kuti baba vabuda pamba vachiti varikunotenga muriwo mubika sadza. Vozouya na 12 midnight vakabata beans dzisina kubikwa voti ndazoya nemuriwo manje chibika itidye 12 midnight.
So if 80 people, 80 bodies have been recovered by
Yes.
now, they said 77 survived.
Yes.
If you add that, the capacity of the bodies,
They said the boat should carry how many?
90 people.
90 people. 70 survived.
77, yeah.
80 bodies have been recovered so far. So how many people were on board? Huh?
If you add
Now this
77,
one is not the latest report. The latest report is that one that we saw
Yes,
from the police.
from the police.
So 80 plus 77.
That's
It's already
160.
more than 153.
53, yes.
So that woman was telling the truth who said they're lying. There were much more people on that boat than what the surviving crew members are telling us. This is what Maponga did not want us to talk about. He thinks he's clever. I don't have to defend how I preach to Maponga. Maponga is not a believer. He's a native doctor. We are wondering why he's interested in what happens in the Church of Jesus Christ, which he said is a joke.
So the more the bodies they are recovering, the more they are exposing themselves. That the number of people in the boat.
So there are no mechanisms, Pastor Chuma,
Yes.
because what we also don't know is the names. Because if they had recorded the people as they entered into the boat, as we speak now, we would be knowing how many more bodies we need to search for. So we will know the true number if we find all the bodies. Now, I saw a video in the morning. Someone was saying, we can't distinguish the people because the bodies have decomposed.
Oh,
Yeah.
So they can't tell whether this is their relative or not. One guy was saying, the only reason why I identified my brother, it was because of his clothes. I had seen him before he left. So they don't have a manifest, a boat manifest.
No, they don't know.
They don't have a manifest. So we don't know. We are going to know who died if we find his body.
Yeah.
So what are the chances, Pastor, that we are going to find all the bodies? Very, very minimal chances.
So it's an if we find the body, not when we find the bodies.
No, we don't. We don't have a marine rescue department that is professionally trained to rescue bodies with the latest technology that is there today. Because if we did have that situation, all the bodies could have been found in a few days. Because this is not an ocean, it's a dam.
yes.
You understand, Pastor?
Yes.
Idhamu iri. Haisi ocean yekuti tingati vanhu vakarasikira pagungwa rakakura. It's a dam.
Yeah.
It's written in Mbuyane Handa. Is it what? Where was Joshua Maponga when it was written in Mbuyane Handa?
So these are sad developments.
It is.
To the families that are bereaved, we send our sympathies to you and our condolences. A few months ago, I said, it is pain that shall unite Zimbabweans. Unfortunately, the church has become an enemy of the people. Because if all churches saw things from one vantage point, the well-being of the people, not what they are going to get from politicians, then every man who loves God, especially those who claim to be servants of God, they could have condemned the irresponsibility of the government in this Kariba disaster, the negligence of government authorities in this disaster. The time they took to try and rescue the people is too long. The manner in which they tried to rescue the people is inefficient. The communication the government has done on who survived, who died, it's also irresponsible. That this boat was still in service is negligence. That they did not know or record the total number of passengers. One person, as they entered the boat, they should have signed a certain book, name and phone number, name and phone number. It's irresponsible. This is not acceptable. We can have a responsible government and we can avoid events like the Kariba disaster. It was avoidable.
Ama, you asked the question to say that if this had happened in South Africa, what would have President Cyril Ramaphosa done?
Yes.
I can give you a very good example. A mining accident happened in New Zealand in 2010. The mine was called Pike River. 29 people perished underground. What the government did, they did not just close the mine. They also banned the owners of the mine and confiscated their practicing license.
Okay.
Kicked them out of the country, and they said, you will never, ever mine here in New Zealand ever again.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Now, you don't hear the government saying we are responsible. We are sorry that the ferry was overloaded. We are sorry that we don't know the actual number of the passengers. We are sorry that we don't know the number of children that got on board. We are sorry that this boat should have been retired long ago. We are sorry that we did not build a road system that could make the need for this ferry unnecessary. Why should the people use the boat? People are building tunnels nowadays. People are building bridges across the sea. This dam is not too long to build a bridge for cars to pass through, buses to pass through. It's problematic that our government does not apologize when it fails. Is a sign of how impudent and emboldened they have become today. They feel that they don't owe the citizens nothing. If you die, it's your problem. We don't care. Life goes on. You don't hear Makandiwa talking about it. Because, well, he has tasted sugar on the table. After receiving $1 million from a tyrannical government, what would you say?
What can you say?
Unotaura kuti iwakapuwa milioni.
It's a benefit.
Chatosara ndechekublema vacho vakafa ivavo vakakwirire imbotimo imhosva dzavo.
He's a beneficiary.
So pastors, I want you to tell me, I want to understand something. How do you feel when you bury your relative because there is no transport, proper transport, but the government is donating millions of dollars in cars to prominent people in the society? If Makandiwa is your pastor and your sister drowned because of this disaster, how do you feel when you see your pastor every day on television? How do you feel?
That will be my last day in that church. To be honest, that will be my last day in that church. If you look at the monies that we saw on the screen, Makandiwa could have bought up to 7 such boats. Up to 7. Because with the figure that you gave us of 300,000 for $1 million,
you buy 3 boats.
you buy 3.
With $1 million of that other car, another 3 boats. This one costs 500,000. You can buy 2 smaller ones. Or you could build a bridge.
Yeah.
And there will be no need for this boat at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I want this to be recorded properly. These things that are happening to our people are evidence that our government does not care about our people. My question is, yes, it's the government's responsibility. They don't care. Does your pastor care?
Uh-huh.
What is he saying about this disaster? A few months ago, there was a collision between a truck and a combi, and people died because there was no emergency rescue equipment to break that minibus that was crushed by a lorry and bring out people who were injured there. They died while screaming. The government does not invest in what saves the people. Roads, water, electricity, hospitals. Look at these pictures that were taken of the state of our hospitals, and remember the image of these luxury cars and this money. This is what is happening in Parenyatwa Hospital as we speak right now. This is the current state of Parenyatwa Hospital. Do Parenyatwa I yairapwa varungu chete kudhara. Vanhu vatema vachinzi hatidi kukuonai munotikanganisira. Tofunga maakuzviona kuti chokwadi tinokanganisa zvinhu.